Okay, things are looking good. Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Last time, we managed to head into Great Bay Temple, destroyed the monstrous Georg, and we managed to save Great Bay as well as the Zoras from quite a nasty fate. So this session is definitely going to be pretty interesting as we should be moving along the main story. But before we do so, we have some unfinished business here in Great Bay that I want to take care of. For this next event, I highly recommend coming here on the first day of the cycle. Try to start this as early as possible. Now, we are a bit later into this day, as you can clearly see by the timer down there. And that's because I wanted to prepare for some of the things that we're going to be doing in this session, as we're going to be advancing the main story. So I went and took care of quite a few things, managing to gather a lot of good resources that we'll need going forward. Now, before heading off into the next major area of the game, I highly recommend getting the Ocean Title Deed again by doing the Moon's Tear questline. I also recommend grabbing 5 magic beans, a powder keg, and having a bottle full of milk, fish, and blue potion. Milk you can obviously get from cows. The fish you can find around Great Bay if you are looking in the water. And the blue potion you can get from Kotake's potion shop after giving her one of the mushrooms that can be found with a Mask of Sense. So yeah, we definitely got ourselves quite a bit we need to prepare for as we are advancing onward into the story. But even before we move on to that, we still have our unfinished business here in Great Bay. So let's not delay this any further, and we are going to head into this place that we saw briefly the last time we were here. This is the Ocean Spider House. So much like the Swamp Spider House that we saw back in Woodfall, this area is all crawling with gold Skulltulas. So this area has 30 gold Skulltulas in total, much like last time. And we're going to want to be thorough while exploring this area. We can grab a couple of those guys down in that shaft. Then we got one hiding in that spider web. So we're definitely going to be making use of a lot of different tools in this area. If you want to grab absolutely everything here, I recommend coming here after you get the hook shot, as that's going to make getting the Skulltula tokens so much easier for you. And also in this area, well, obviously we need the hook shot to be able to even make it over here. So we're going to be very thorough while exploring this area, just trying to get done every possible thing we can find here. So we got a lot of different rooms around here, and the spiders are going to be hiding all over the place. So I recommend just looking around every possible section of this area you can. I would recommend going through this area just one room at a time. Be very observant and take care of anything that you think would have a spider inside it. Such as these pots, specifically the ones that have holes on the top of them. They should have spiders hiding inside them. Also got some masks lining this area. You probably expect to see some spiders hiding in the masks, like we saw that guy over there. So yeah, we're gonna want to be very thorough while we're in this area. Let's take care of absolutely everything we can here on our first visit. Is there anything in these ones? I can't really see their tops from this angle. So I think there's some spiders in these little alcoves up here. But I don't really have a good vantage point to check. Yeah, we're going to want to be thorough when exploring this area. You can easily tell if there are still spiders in an area if you can hear the sound of them crawling around. So, as long as you are listening carefully, you should be able to spot them. Oh, there's a black bow there. Ah, looks quite the nasty little thing to see. I had a thought that there was going to be a spider in that pot, so they tend to hide around there. Alright, that looks like a hiding spot. Yeah, we also need to be quite quick about this to make sure that we get done this area on the first day of this cycle. There is another reward you can get here on the later days, but I highly recommend doing this on the first day of the cycle. That's going to make things so much easier for us with getting what we need. Okay, I think there is just a few more we need in this room. Alright, we got that guy over here. And sounds like there's probably one more we can get around here. I can hear this bugger. There he is. So they're going to be hiding up here, just in these little alcoves between the walls and ceiling. It can be really tricky to try and get these guys in here. Unless, like, your aim is really spot on. Come on. Also, going a bit higher up can give you a better vantage point in here. Come on. Alright. Let's probably want to position ourselves on the stairs. Yeah, those will give us a better angle to shoot from. Come over here. Will you please die? There we go. Oh my god, that one was so irritating. Okay, we're currently at 12, and I don't hear any more in this room, so I think we managed to clear this area out. Alright, so let's head into this door next. So this takes us over to a library. So this area will definitely have a good amount of things for us to see. And definitely some interesting things we want to pay attention to as we're around here. So something I would recommend doing is going to this area. I would highly recommend putting on the captain's hat, as this can help out with quite a few things we'll be able to see. Also, we got some pictures of the Skull Kid that you can break simply by hitting those. And we can also climb up the bookshelves over here. But yeah, this is why you want the captain's hat, because you can talk to the stall children in this area. Huh? Ah, Captain, sir! It's been a long time since we've seen you. As you've ordered, sir, we're investigating the secrets of this place. According to the information I've obtained, it seems Green should be shot first. Have I fulfilled my duty, sir? Yes, you have. Ah, thank you, sir. I hope the information I provided will be of assistance to you, sir. Now, as you ordered, sir, I will finish the last of my duties. Yes, sir. So by talking to the stalled children in this area, they can give us clues to something we'll be doing a bit later in this area. But trust me, you will want to get all of the clues from the stalled children, so be sure to have the captain's hat before coming here. Luckily, we grabbed that quite a few sessions ago, so easily able to handle that. And we got another one to talk to here.
Huh? Ah, Captain, sir! It's been a long time since we've seen you. As you've ordered, sir, we're investigating the secrets of this place. According to the information I've obtained, it seems Red should be shot 6th. Have I fulfilled my duties, sir? Oh, thank you, sir. I hope the information I've provided will be of assistance to you, sir. Now, as you've ordered, sir, we'll finish the last of my duties. Yes, sir!
Alright, so just so that I don't get mixed up here, I'm gonna start writing down some of the clues we have here. So we want to hit green first and red 6th. Okay. Just want to make sure we have a good idea on how we're going to solve this later thing we'll be focusing on. It's going to be a while before this becomes relevant, but trust me when I say this is important if we want to get every possible thing we can in the spider house. Alright, so probably want to head back up the bookshelves here. So I have a feeling that there is a spider. Yeah. If you have headphones on, then I think this also is a good opportunity just to gives you a good idea on where the spiders are based on where the sounds are coming from in your headphones. I don't know, that's just another nice little detail about this place. It can be pretty tricky to hop around the bookcases, but if you're careful, you should be able to handle it. And it looks like there is one more we can get to over here. It's gotta not only knock down that painting, but we also have to shoot this guy all the way into that hole over there. So that gets us 19. So we're actually already almost done with this area. So I don't hear any more in the library, so I think we are done here. Alright, not bad. So next we're gonna need to head downstairs. And this should be the last section we need to... Well, we have 2 areas we gotta do now. So let's go to the first door we have available to us. So over here, we got ourselves a dining room, and it's full of stall children.
Huh? Ah, Captain, sir! It's been a long time since we've seen you. As you've ordered, sir, we're investigating the secrets of this place. According to the information I've obtained, it seems Red should be shot 2nd.
Alright, so Red 2.
Have I fulfilled my duties, sir? Ah, thank you, sir. I hope the information I provided will be of assistance to you, sir. Now, as you ordered, sir, I'll finish the last of my duties. Yes, sir!
So there she goes.
Huh? Ah, Captain, sir! It's been a long time since we've seen you. As you've ordered, sir, we're investigating the secrets of this place. According to the information I've obtained, it seems Blue should be shot 4th.
Alright, so Blue 4.
Have I fulfilled my duty, sir? Ah, thank you, sir. I hope the information I provided will be of assistance to you, sir. Now, as you ordered, sir, I'll finish the last of my duties. Yes, sir!
I kind of feel bad just seeing these guys go away after we talk to them. But, I don't know, it's kind of nice that these undead get to rest after we manage to get the information we need from them. See what these guys have to say next.
Huh? Ah, Captain, sir. It's been a long time since we've seen you. As you've ordered, sir, we're investigating the secrets of this place. According to the information I've obtained, it seems yellow should be shot third. Have I fulfilled my duties, sir?
Yes, you have.
Thank you, sir. Hope the information I provided will be of assistance to you, sir. Now, as you ordered, sir, I'll finish the last of my duties. Yes, sir!
And we got one more to talk to.
Huh? Captain, sir. It's been a long time since we've seen you. As you've ordered, sir, we're investigating the secrets of this place. According to the information I've obtained, it seems green should be shot fifth. Have I fulfilled my duties, sir?
I do not know why I'm giving this stall child this voice.
Thank you, sir. I hope the information I provided will be of assistance to you, sir. Now, as you ordered, sir, I'll finish the last of my duties. Yes, sir!
Oh god, that is quite the random voice to give to that one, but after talking to all of those fellows, we are now done with this portion of what we need to do here. Just want to be absolutely sure there isn't anything in there. Part of me thinks that sometimes you need to hit these in the Goron form in order to expose the spiders, but I doubt that that is what we need to do for the pot specifically. Because we've already rammed into a couple of these. But yeah, as you can see over in this dining room, there are these colored masks that we can see all along the wall here by the fireplace. And as you can no doubt tell, there's something we can do about that. Just give me a second to grab that spider. That one is nasty because it will hide behind the... to try to hide behind that spider web there. Don't suppose there's anything else in these jars. That one looked like it had something, but we might have already gotten it. Okay, and if we look up here, we can see that there is a bunch of spiders up on that chandelier. Now, how are we going to get those guys from up there? Well, this is a pretty crafty way of doing things. We need to stand on the table in the middle of the room, and in Goron form, do the slam move, and that knocks them down. Then we can take care of all of these guys. Very good. Alright, we'll come back to this room in a little bit. I just want to take care of dealing with the spiders before we finish that off. But now there are 25. There should be only 5 more to get. And they should all be in this last room. So we got a big skulltula over here. Yeah, we'll just fire arrow you. I don't care at this point. We have plenty of arrows and plenty of magic. Over here in this cellar area, there's quite a few spiders that we can find all around here. So over here behind these, I think these are supposed to be canoes or something. Yeah, we're able to grab those guys. There's a bit more webbing we can knock over here. I don't know, just the look of that box makes me think there's something a little bit sus about it. But there's a box over there we can hit. Yeah, I don't know what it is, just these specific boxes with the spider pattern on them make me think there's something inside. We can head into this little alcove here, which has yet another spider. And there should be one more we can get in the top of the cellar area. Alright, so to get this one, we need need to get higher up here. Oh, there it is. So by using the hook shot over here, we can now head over this way. And we can grab the last spider. You collected all the gold Skulltula spirits. The curse is now lifted. And right where we're getting close to the first night of this cycle, too. Very nice. We're making good time here. But yeah, highly recommend taking care of this during the first day and night of this cycle. Otherwise, it can be pretty inconvenient making your way through here. So we're going to hook shot over. And then gotta roll up the slope as the Goron to get out of here. Oh, look who it is. I thought I heard some loud noises inside. I came in to check it out. This place. Is this some sort of underground shelter? Did you find this place? I beg you, let me have this place. Not for free, of course. I hope this will do. So by clearing up the spider house on the first day, we get the giant wallet. This thing is huge! It can hold up to 500 rupees. I'm just glad it was something you needed. Anyhow, I won't be needing it much longer anyway. So yep, we're able to grab that upgrade to our wallet. And with that and the upgrade we got at the bank for depositing rupees, our wallet is now as high as it can possibly get. Yeah, holding up to 500 rupees is pretty nice. There's not a whole lot that we needed to purchase using a large amount of rupees like that, but trust me when I say there are some things later on that we'll need to worry about. Because you do need the Giant's Wallet if you want to acquire every possible thing that you can do in this adventure. Also just showing here that the stall children do respawn if ever you need to hear the hint about this puzzle again. So yep, you talk to the stall children here, and they tell you the specific order that you needed to hit these masks on the wall. Now I believe the order that you hit these is randomized every time you start a file. So it should always be the same result, even if we reset back to the start of the 3-day cycle. But after managing to hit those masks, it opens up the path over here. So we got ourselves one last spider to deal with. Get out of here, bro. You're nothing compared to what we've been through. And after going all the way over here, we managed to get a piece of heart. Alright, so that is definitely a lot of good stuff we managed to take care of over here. And now that we've taken care of that, this should be the last thing we need to do in the Great Bay area. Yeah, it's kind of sad that we're gonna have to say goodbye to Mikau's local area, but we still have a lot more we gotta do in our adventure, so it's best for us to head off. Alright, so now that we have acquired the Giant's Wallet, something that I would recommend doing in the future. As soon as you get the Giant's Wallet, what I would recommend doing is to go back to town around midnight in order to acquire something. We should be taking care of that a little bit later in this session, but we don't need to worry about that at the moment. But with that said, I think it's time that we get started on continuing the main story a bit more, because there's quite a bit that we should be able to do now that we have dealt with Great Bay Temple And we have everything we need in order to advance to the eastern side of the map. So we're going to start by heading off to Clocktown. And we're going to make our way over to the east. So while we are going to be retracing some of the steps we have previously taken in order to get over here, what's some other stuff that we can talk about? Well, there's certainly been a lot of stuff going on in my life pretty recently. Been checking out some of my friends' streams. My buddy Master Starman has actually been streaming the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game lately, which is, you know, certainly a game I've always wanted to partake in myself, but never really had an opportunity to get it. And it's been quite entertaining to watch so far. It's definitely a game that is very special to him, so it's definitely quite nice to get to follow along. And thinking about some other stuff that I have been watching. I guess it really doesn't matter what else we needed to discuss at the moment, because we're already at the spot we need to be. God, just look at these bomb shoes over here. So back in this area, during our first visit to the Ikana Canyon area, we had this face over here.
What are you doing in a place like this? Ikana Hill beyond here is the place where spirits with troubles and lingering regrets wander. Even now the spirits wander in search of one who can save them. It is unfortunate, but it's no place for one such as you. But if you must enter, you must obtain the mask containing wandering spirits that can be found near the ranch. Without that mask, you cannot save their souls. Until then, I will not let you pass by here. Now, what this guy is referring to is the mask that we won by racing against the Gorman brothers all that time ago. The Garo mask. If we approach him with this mask on, that's a nice mask you're wearing. That's the mask of the leader of the ninjas who once spied on the hilltop castle with a blood-stained history. With that, you may be able to call out their spirits that even now are still wandering. Perhaps you may be able to save the souls that wander beyond here. So that NPC is the Poe Collector. Back in Ocarina of Time, he was part of a side quest where we would hunt big Poes in the overworld of a Hyrule Field so that we could get ourselves a bottle. But we're not going to worry about that any longer. So now we can advance over here past these boulders and then these freakish things. Oh, are they gone and now that it's nighttime? Yeah, we got a bunch of bubbles over here. Just going to pass by these guys. There's no real reason to confront them. And we're going to make our way over here. Ikana Canyon. It's an area that we previously could not get to. Only after acquiring both the Garo mask and the hook shot does this place become available. What's Tatl to say? I can't see it, but I sense there's a thirst for blood looming all around us. Don't you have a mask that can summon the unseen? What an interesting question there, Tatl. I mean, I have this mask and whoa!
Master, you called! Huh? What are you?
So we got ourselves a new enemy here. It's said that it's a Garo. Just concentrate on blocking and dodging those sharp swords. So got ourselves a sword-wielding warrior here. Regrettable. Although my rival, you were spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. To cross the valley of Ikana, aim at the river beast with the arrowhead that freezes. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of us Garo. Ow, my ovaries. I am sorry, I cannot think of these enemies without thinking of Bob from the YouTube series SMG4. Ikana butt across the canyon. Beware of Octoroks. I think it's actually pronounced Butte, but whatever. But yeah, we got a hint about what we can do in order to make our way for this area. We'll definitely want to grab our ice arrows for dealing with these Octoroks if we're going to pass by here. However, there is something else that we are able to do in this part of Ikana Canyon that I definitely want to check out. It seems the Redeads that appear in Ikana Castle start dancing with a captain's hat, Gibdo mask, or Garo's mask are worn, but that's not changed things much. So we got a hint about something that we'll be able to do later. Also mentioning a certain enemy from Ocarina of Time that I definitely have strong feelings towards. We'll deal with those guys later, but for now, we can head over here. So we got ourselves yet another Deku scrub we can talk to. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing business here in this canyon. You should give up going to the far side of the canyon. That place is cursed. If you don't have something that drives away demons, they'll catch you. Rumor has it, demons aren't afraid unless they see something that looks the same as themselves. Don't you need a blue potion in case you get cursed? One drink's 100 rupees. So we're able to buy blue potions from this merchant without needing to give mushrooms to Kotake. So definitely a good spot you want to go to if you feel the urge to stock up on this particular potion. However, thanks for stopping by. You're from the ocean, aren't you? I'm here to sell blue potion. Actually, I want to do business in the sea breeze while listening to the sound of the waves. But to open a business in another place, you need to go for the proper channels first. Do you know what I mean? That I do. So this is the conclusion to the title deed questline here. Oh, if that isn't an ocean title deed, let me have that. Please, if I have that, my dreams will come true. I'm not asking for it for free. I'll give you this. And we get a huge rupee by giving him the ocean title deed. Just one is worth 200 rupees. That's a big deal. Oh, yeah! The nut brown beauties are waiting! Is he referring to the Gerudo? Ah, man, we got ourselves another creeper here. But yeah, the 200 rupees you can get from this Deku scrub, you're able to get once per 3-day cycle. So go ahead and try to grab this if you're looking to accumulate a lot of rupees. It is certainly very helpful. Definitely recommend doing this if you want to get enough rupees for one of the big rewards at the bank. And we're able to grab this piece of heart by going all the way over here with the flower that opens up. And we'll talk to another Sheikah stone here. The Fierce Deity Mask. A mask that contains the merits of all masks. Seems to be somewhere in this world. Oh boy, we're already getting our first hint about that. So yeah, that's something we'll definitely want to remember for later. The Fierce Deity Mask. Definitely something that's going to be integral to our future progress here. Sakon's hideout, protected by impenetrable security. This is apparently the hideout of Sakon, the thief that we previously saw rob a woman who ran the bomb shop. If we try to break in here, no matter what we do, you can use bombs, you can use the powder keg, the Goron, nothing will be able to break through. Seikon's hideout is pretty much impenetrable. There's no way we can get in there on our own. But perhaps later we'll figure out a way of being able to gain entry. It's gonna take a while before we can do that, though. So for the meantime, it's about time we make some more progress over here. And try to head higher up Ikana Canyon. And to do that, we gotta use our ice arrows. So yep, you have to visit Great Bay and get the ice arrows from there before you're able to progress farther into this area. Use the ice arrows to turn the Octoroks into ice blocks, and that allows us to get over here. And now that we're over here, we should be able to hookshot over to these trees, which will give us the way forward. Woo! And right over here by this last tree, we got ourselves an owl statue. Definitely want to hit that so that we have an easy way of getting back up here. Now, up here in the upper sections of the canyon, there is quite a bit we can do in this area. And we're going to try and do as much as we can up here in this session. Look at the amount of time we're currently at. Yeah, we're just over half hour, so we got ourselves a lot we can do here. So by going over here... Oh, Tattle's giving us another hint, since it's a first for blood looming around us. So yeah, anytime you're around this area, if you hear Tattle make that ringing sound, it means that there is a Garo hidden around here. Simply walk around with the Garo mask on, and they will appear. So yeah, these guys can be quite nasty if you're unprepared. They'll try and attack you with their swords, and you can either block them or dodge out of the way to give yourselves an open. Regrettable! Although my rival, you were spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. Every 2 minutes on every day, the girl who lives in the music box house goes to the dried well to check on something. But as long as the spirits are wandering outside her house, she dares not leave her home. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of us Garo. Now I'm gonna go write some rap music. Ikana Castle front gate. Use what you will, the sealed gate shall never open. So got ourselves a large door here leading to a new area. If we head into this little alcove over here, Ancient Castle of Ikana. We have this massive block over here with a sun on it. If we head over here and hit this switch, it causes a beam of light to shine down. Though there's not much we're going to be able to do about this for the time being, since we don't have anything that is able to interact with that block yet. So we're just going to have to move on. Oh, got another guy here. Hey, buddy. Take that. These guys are actually quite easy if you manage to have the gilded sword, because they fall really easy. Atop the hill here in Ikana, no human presence is felt, except that of the parent and child living in the house with the water wheel. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of us Garo. I'm gonna go get some beer now. Ah, jeez. Yep, you can get jinxed by the bubbles over here, preventing us from being able to use our sword. However, there is something in our arsenal that can help with jinxes. If we play the Song of Storms that we learned from Flat over in the Ikana Graveyard, the Soothing Rain is able to cure the curse, enabling us to once again use our sword here. And Oh boy, this area. It's got ourselves some new enemies patrolling around here. If we can get out! Get off me! So these guys are Gibdos. They are large, mummy-like enemies, and they are nasty. It's a Gibdo. You won't be able to move if it glares at you, so be careful. Got it? So yeah, these guys can paralyze you, and they are nasty. There's not really any reason to kill them, so just ignore them for the time being. But what I want to do now is head over this way, because we can see Tingle over here. And I want to shoot you down so that we can get the Ikana map for this area. Just gonna skip for the dialogue, because not much has changed since the last time we talked with Tingle. Just gonna buy the Stone Tower map. And with that, we now have all of the maps of Termina's regions. Well, call again! Tingle, tingle, kululimpa! These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them! So that's the last time we need to talk to Tingle. Believe me when I say that he gets used a lot more in some later games of the series. But, yeah, he's pretty much just a map seller here, who is also the embarrassment of his father, who is like, oh, he's not dressed like that, is he? I don't know, there might be some implications about Tingle based on just his particular way of dressing and behavior. Certainly quite the interesting fellow, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that. We head over this way. This is the fairy fountain of Ikana.
Oh, kind young one, please hear our plea. Please find the fairies trapped in Stone Tower Temple. Find the ones of the same color as we are and bring them back to us.
I was able to get some additional healing by talking to the fragments of the Great Fairy in this area. But, yep, this is where we're going to eventually bring the pieces of the Great Fairy that rules over this land. God, the atmosphere of this area is just so awesome to me. It just looks so freaking cool. Just this long dead canyon area. There's just no life to be found, only monsters. Oh, got another Garo in this area. Here we go. See what this guy has to say when we kill him. Take that. Regrettable. Although my rival, you were spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. If one tries to enter the spring water cave without knowing the song buried in a grave, that poor visitor shall meet with disaster. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of us Garo. Now I'm gonna go find some hot bitches. Alright. And after dealing with that, we can head over this way. Stone Tower. Oh boy, this area. This is actually the path that leads into the dungeon of this area. And I want to briefly show this off while we're in this place. Around here, you will see these boulders just falling all around. So those are going to be the main hazards of this area. Now, in here, we have these switches that are able to move the blocks over here. There's nothing we can do about that at the moment. Just want to show that we can get to higher ground using these. Ow. We can move to higher ground here. And we can use these switches in order to move the blocks in order to open the way higher up in this area. However, with our current equipment set, there is nothing we can do to weigh down the switches. Because otherwise, these blocks are just going to reset back to their default position. Kind of annoying, really. There is absolutely nothing we can do about that. So, we're just gonna leave Stone Tower for now. There's no real reason for us to be here at this point in the story. But I do want to make note that this area is here, and we'll be coming here later once we are ready to take on the dungeon of this area. So for now, how about we head over here? So we heard a little bit about this place from one of the Garos in this area. The Spring Water Cave. Entry prohibited due to ghost sightings. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Just gonna equip the ocarina before we go in here. And let's head inside.
What business have you in Ikana Kingdom? Land where only the dead roam. This is no place for one as full of life as you. Or do you say that you wish to join the dead? That's fine. If that is the case, then sleep gently to the melody of darkness that the great composer Sharp shall play, and join the ranks of the dead.
So as long as you're in this room, you will take damage over time from the curse being placed upon you by Sharp. In order to end the curse, we gotta play Flat Song, the Song of Storms.
What is this? This song? No, it can't be. This song.
And now that the curse has been lifted, we managed to get water flowing back into this area. Oh boy, it seems the Gibdo don't really like this music.
Flat, my dear brother, forgive your foolish brother who dreamt of the revival of the royal family. Ye who do not fear the dead. With my brother's song, you've broken the curse that was placed upon me. It's all thanks to you. We dead should not be lingering here in this land. It was all a trick of the masked one who had upset things. If you truly do not fear the dead, I wish for you to go to the temple in this land and sever the root of the evil curse that torments us. To do that, I, the only one who knows the way into the temple, shall direct you to the king. The king is in the ruins of Ikana Castle, awaiting the coming of the one who will break the curse. I have made my final request.
So now we know the path we need to take if we're going to get through this area and open up the way to the temple. we need to find the King of Ikana. So how about we go check things outside now that we've managed to deal with the Gyptos here. So yep, after you manage to cure Sharp of his insanity, that will cause things to change quite a bit out here. The Gyptos will no longer be patrolling outside of the large house, and there's still a few things we can see here. As the Gyptos in Ikana's well have regrets and long to savor items from this world, they continue to wander about. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of Ascaro. We'll definitely want to check things out at the house in a bit. But there's also some other things that we can see around here. Spirit House. We prepare wandering spirits and are awaiting your arrival. So this we'll definitely want to check out. Before we go forward, I would highly recommend equipping some arrows. I think the fire arrows would be nice for doing damage here. Let's go talk to the Poe Collector.
Ikana Kingdom was founded on this land, stained with a history of darkness, drenched in blood. Even now it's a place where troubled, regretful spirits gather. If you're seeking the one who's stronger than you are, you may find strength here, from a group of spirits plagued by lingering regrets. If you have faith in your skills and might, then try saving these wandering spirits. But the earthly price you must pay is 30 rupees. Well, will you still do it?
I'll do it.
You're a boy of much vigor. Defeat the ladies within the time limit and rest their souls in peace. But if your life energy drops below 3 hearts, I will stop the match. Mercy is the least I can offer. Are you prepared?
We'll do this. So now, we got ourselves a match against the Poe sisters. Specifically, these are the 4 Poe sisters that we encountered back in Ocarina of Time. Starting off with the green sister, Amy. She's quite simple, all things considered. But after dealing with her, we now get ourselves a match against the blue Poe sister, Beth, and the red Poe sister, Joelle. This part really isn't that bad. Just use your shield to block the attacks of the sisters. They'll turn themselves incorporeal every once in a while. So you definitely want to try and get them when they manage to, when they are visible and when they are not twirling around. After dealing with Beth and Joelle, now we face Meg. So much like in Ocarina of Time, Meg will create duplicates of herself in order to try and fool you. In order to figure out which one is the real Meg, simply watch for the one that will pirouette, and you will know that that is the ghost you seek. This part really isn't too bad. Just got to be persistent, and you should be able to deal with the Poe sisters. Having the Gilded Sword really makes this part really easy, because you can use that in order to strike at the sisters and take them out with ease. The last one, I recommend using the arrows.
It seems their souls have been healed. I give to you the earthly possessions which the ladies kept. Take it, Hayden.
And we get ourselves another piece of heart. Very nice.
That is your name, correct? I can read people's hearts. I knew you would be coming here. Now, my own soul's been healed too. With that,
and so he departs. Definitely pretty interesting getting ourselves that little challenge with the Poe sisters. Again, it is reusing content back from the previous game in the series, but you know, it's still quite nice to be able to take care of that. Oh, we got ourselves another one of these guys just outside of the Poe Collector's den. Let's take out this guy and see what he has to say. The well atop the hill and the well at Ikana Castle's inner garden are one. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of Ascaro. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go beat up a fish for no reason. I'm sorry, I just can't see these things as anything other than Bob at this point. I don't know about you, but I'm actually quite forlorn about the fact that the SMG4 channel is going to be ending at some point at the end of this month. It's definitely been quite fun getting to watch all those videos. So this is the empty well that we heard about. So we'll be heading in there quite a bit later, but for now we're going to hold off on that until we've cleared up a bit more in this area. So we've got ourselves yet another one of these we can interact with. So let's put on our Mask of Truth and see what it has to say. Pamela, who lives in the music box house, comes out every 2 minutes when the music box is playing, but seems she'll also come out if she hears a bomb explode. Huh. So getting ourselves a bit of a hint about what to do about the girl who lives in the house here. So we go over here, we can see Pamela hanging out by the water. Let's go see what she has to say. Excuse me. Oh. I guess she's shy. So we try to enter the door while Pamela's inside. Nothing will happen. So we're gonna need to find another way of getting in here. So we heard from the... So yeah, we heard from the... Yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that the Gossip Stone told us that Pamela will come out if we use a bomb. Otherwise, she'll come out of the house every 2 minutes in order to go check out the well. But at the very least, we're able to gain access to this area. Using the stone mask can also help here in order to be able to get inside. It's quite the nice, cozy little house here. So I wonder what Pamela is doing out here all on her own. We did hear that there was someone else in this area, and oh boy. It looked like somebody was researching some of the undead creatures over here. Quite interesting. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, God! So we got ourselves a man in the process of becoming a Gibdo. This mummy looks different. Sort of like it's been here waiting for its human heart to be healed. Well, do something! Haven't you figured it out yet? Don't worry. We'll take this fiend out.
Stop it! You again! Didn't I tell you to leave us alone? Don't! It's me! It's Pamela! Get out! Forget everything you've seen here and get out!
Oh, man. That is just brutal. So now that we know the fate of Pamela's father, he has been forcibly turned into a Gibdo by the curse of this area. And if we try to attack him, Pamela will come out to stop us, and she's able to calm down her father very briefly. Yeah, that's just really heavy stuff. This poor kid is so young, and she's seen her father being turned into this monster, and there's nothing she can do to help him. However, there is something that we can do. And for that, we're gonna need our ocarina. Let's go talk to her dad one more time. So now that Pamela's father is out, we need to bring out our ocarina. And we're gonna play the Song of Healing. Father? Father!
Pamela! What have I been doing this whole time?
You haven't been doing anything! You had a bad dream! You were just having a little nightmare!
Pamela!
So it seems that this was the source of the curse affecting Pamela's father. You got the Gibdo mask. This face was once the hideous face of Pamela's father. This mask looks so real, even a Gibdo would mistake you as one of its own.
Let them be! Don't you get it? You're so insensitive!
We'll give them time to recuperate. They've certainly been through a lot here. So now that that very heavy scene is taken care of, how about we make use of our new mask here? So you need the Gibdo mask in order to advance further into the story. And I'm really glad this one is mandatory, because, God, the story of Pamela and her father is so sad. It's like they're the only people we've seen who appear to still be living in this area. And, oh, looking at the time right now, we actually need to head back into town for a little bit. Yep, it is almost midnight, so let's head over to Clock Town. But yeah, their story is just really tragic. How her father put on the Gibdo mask, it was transformed into a Gibdo, and poor Pamela has been here just making sure her father is okay, but being unable to actually do anything to help him. It's just so tragic. But at the very least, we were able to get to him in time, and we were able to ultimately save him. And by doing so, we also acquired a new mask we can use. But yeah, I want to come back here, as I wanted to specifically be here during this particular event that can happen on midnight of the first day. So we want to see Sakon try to rob the woman here. As doing so will unlock something that we'll be able to eventually do on the last night of this cycle. It's gonna be a little while before we can actually get moving on this particular storyline, but trust me when I say it'll be worth it. Just need to wait a little while for this to happen. So this cutscene actually moves slower if you have the inverted Song of Time playing, which is why it's taking so long for Sakon to tiptoe over to the lady. But...
Ah! Watch out! Stop, thief!
So yep, we gotta stop Sakon here during this night. Take that! Get out of here! Ugh, I'm an undead monster! Ugh, get out of my town! Ugh, brains! I want to eat your brain!
Thank you! Since he didn't make off with them, I can finally stock bum bags at her shop. Maybe I'll put them out tomorrow. Well, thanks for helping me. Take care!
So yeah, this doesn't immediately affect anything, but eventually on the night of the last day in this cycle, we will want to return to Clock Town now that we have managed to take care of that business with Sakon and the bomb lady. But for now, we're gonna head back to Ikana in order to take care of some things that are now open up to us. Okay, so you remember all of the different things that I noted I gathered at the start of this session? Specifically the things in my bottles, and also a couple of incidental items. These are going to be pretty important for what we're going to be able to do next. Also, while we have this opportunity, how about we go check on Pamela and her father, now that things are calmed down over here?
What you did for my father, thank you. But you helping us, it's a secret from my father. Whenever anything strange happens, my father immediately starts talking about doing research. And he does all kinds of crazy things, so... once he calms down a bit, I think I'll try convincing him to quit researching in this dangerous place and to go back to town. So, if my father sees you again, I'm sorry.
We can tell that she definitely means well. She just wants what's best for her father. Oh, isn't this a fairy? Is this yours, young man? I am the famed academic who researches fairies, ghosts, and similar so-called supernatural phenomena. By the way, the song Farewell to Gibdos, which the music box is now playing, drives away Gibdos. I discovered after many years of researching Gibdos. In regards to ghosts, there isn't another academic who can match my knowledge, so ask me anything you like. So how about we check on some of the things in this house? Are you curious about that picture? That is a mummified man. Its scientific name is Gibdo. A tale in Ikana tells of a treasure that rests at the bottom of the well on the hilltop. It seems the spirits of those who became Gibdos upon entering the well in search of that treasure still linger inside. It's been said going down there is a petrifying experience, so even the mummy hunter may become mummified. And then we got this picture here. Are you curious about that picture? That is the ghost of a ninja. Its scientific name is Garo Robe. They're merely shells that are empty on the inside. They're the shells of spies from an enemy nation sent to investigate Ikana. They've been able to forget their living days. Even now their spirits, emptiness cloaked in darkness, continue to spy. According to rumor, those Garos frequently appear near the ranch on the far side of town. So that explains how the Gorman brothers were able to acquire that mask from them. Yep, it's basically everything we want to check on with Pamela and her daddy. Quite the interesting pair, with her father being a paranormal investigator who came here to Ikana Canyon due to this place being full of undead monsters like Gibdos and the Garo Robes. Yeah, quite the interesting little story we have here. Also, you know, it's just cool seeing people who investigate paranormal creatures in a fantasy world like this. I mean, it's a pretty cool idea. But with all that business with Pamela and her dad taken care of, I think it's finally time we head down the well. Oh man, the last time I went down a well like this, back at Ocarina, things did not end well. Got attacked by a giant monster with a huge amount of arms. That's quite nasty. But down here, we are beneath the well. This area is quite interesting. We got ourselves a large labyrinth here with a lot of different paths we can take through this area. And we're going to want to investigate as much as we can here, because there's quite a bit to see. Leave it. Leave it. Leave me something blue that bestows health. So as we learned earlier, the Gibdos in this area desire items. Ah, this. I bear you no remorse. By giving the Gibdos what they want, you're able to proceed deeper into this area. So yeah, this place is quite interesting. In order to talk to the Gibdos here, you need to have the Gibdo mask. So that's why we did our things with Pamela's father, so that we can get it. And yeah, all throughout this area, there's quite a few different things we can find. So there's a fish over here, if you want to grab one of these. And then over here is a bit of a tricky little thing with these spinning bars. I can lead us over here. So yeah, we're going to investigate as much of this area as we can and try to see what we can find. This guy's asking for something deliciously fresh. How about a fish? Ah, this, I bear you no remorse. It's interesting, the Gibdo mask giving us the ability to talk to the Gibdos. As we learned earlier from talking with Pamela's father, oh, so we got ourselves another place with fishes. And then over there, looks like we got some hot spring water. Probably want to remember that for later. So I don't really see us needing it right now. Then, of course, we have a Dexy hand, which can just knock us back. Please take care of this guy. Oh, come on. So I know the hot spring water is going to be important in this area, but I forget the exact room we're going to need this. So we're going to leave that for now and just keep moving forward. We'll come back for that when we need it. Leave me H2O. Alright, so this guy is asking for water. Well, we know a place where we can get water over here. Just over here by the... No, I don't want the fish. Yeah, any area where there's water, we should be able to collect spring water. There we go. And might as well have a spare fish in case we need one. I made sure to bring us a fish before coming here because I knew we would need one in order to progress here. But yeah, we're just going to be doing the best we can in order to investigate this place. There's a lot of different twisting pathways and a lot of different things we can find. So be sure to get as much as you can in here. So while we're also investigating this place, what's some other stuff we can talk about? So pretty recently, there's a new channel I discovered. Ooh, bugs. So we're definitely going to need bugs for later. But yeah, there is a new channel I discovered pretty recently. It's called Legendary Animations, and it's a pretty neat little gaming channel. All that. It's been playing quite a few interesting games that I particularly have at least some knowledge of. Like, some of the videos I like from them, they were playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, specifically the more recent iteration of that game. And while it's not a game I myself want to play, it's been interesting seeing their playthrough of it. We'll also want to note here, we got wall masters in this area. They can be quite the nasty buggers if they grab you, so be sure not to let them grab you. So this guy's asking for something small and creepy. That's your hint to give him a bug. There you go. Very nice. And by taking care of that, we can go over here, giving us a fairy fountain. I don't know if we need a fairy to give to one of the Gibdos, but we're gonna grab one of you ladies anyway, because it's always nice to have a fairy. At this point, we have so much health, and we also have increased defense, so I don't think we ever have to worry about taking fatal damage ever again in this game. But who knows? Something might happen eventually. God, I do not like wall masters. Those guys are so creepy. And just so annoying. Alright, so this guy also wants something small and creepy. Okay, I know where we can go get bugs, so we're not gonna worry about it. Also, in case you're probably wondering, no, you cannot simply kill the Gibdos in order to progress onward. You do need to give them the items they request in order to be able to proceed for this area. Alright, I got the bug you wanted. Ah, this, I bear you no remorse. Very nice. And over here, we got fire keys. Alright, been a while since we've seen these guys. I forget exactly what this room is for. There might be some treasure we can get in here. Yeah, there is a hidden chest here that you could see if you have the Lens of Truth. And by doing that, we get 50 rupees. That's quite good, especially thanks to our wallet upgrade. So I don't know if we're going to need another bug for later in this area, but let's scoop one up just in case. And while we're at it, might as well scoop some hot spring water too, as that could be useful for something we need in here. Alright, the hot spring water should be this way. I get past the Dexy hand. Alright, how are we gonna deal with you? Can we simply arrow you? Nah, it's like too thin for the arrows to hit. Oh, come on! Ah, such an annoying pest. Think... You know what? I got an idea. So I want to be careful of the flames, but let's spin attack into you. Nope, that didn't work. Ah! Ah. What an a-hole, am I right? You know what? Let's see if we can shoot you like this way. Nope. That doesn't work. And I'm thinking we might want to try the Zora form. Maybe this will help. Ow! Come on! I do not want to be tossed like a ragdoll! Alright, can you please die? Oh my god, game. There we go! Took out the Dexy hand. And now we can go grab some hot spring water. So I believe this will be necessary for something we'll be seeing down here. I forget the exact room you need to take this, so we'll definitely want to be quick, as hot spring water will cool off the further we go into here. Okay, come on, need you up. Thank you. Alright, so now we've taken care of that. We want to head this way. Leave it. Leave it. Leave me something delicious to chomp on. Something that sprouts when it's watered. Preferably 5 of them. Now, this is something that's actually changed if you're playing the 3DS version. He'll instead ask you for just 1 magic bean instead of 5. But yep, that's why I want to grab magic beans before going any farther in this area. Oh, so we got ourselves some ice enemies here. Fantastic. Alright, we got ourselves some water here, as well as some Dekubabas that we can kill if we need to. So we don't need to worry about those guys. But what else can we see? Leave me something deliciously fresh. So you're asking for a fish. Okay, we'll give you that. Alright, if we're gonna go further in this area, we want to take the path on the right. You guys get out of here. So creepy, I don't like you. Oh, our hot spring water cooled. Please don't tell me this is the guy who wants it. Leave me something that makes a blinding flash, preferably 10 of them. Alright, so that's your hint to give this guy Deku Nuts. I made sure to grab some at the shop in town before we started this session. So that should be it for Deku Nuts. You can also kill Deku Babas in this area in order to get what you need. We got some bugs over here if you need bugs. We already have one, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. Ow. Please get out of here. So I got one door over here. Said, leave me something warm that can melt ice and quench one's spirits. Alright, so this is the guy who wants the hot spring water. We'll talk to you in a little bit. For now, let's see what you have to say. Leave it. Leave me 10 refreshing blasts. So this guy is asking for bombs. It's yours, my friend. As long as you have enough... Oh, he's dead. Never mind. Alright, so by taking care of that, we can now enter this room. And we got ourselves a big Poe to deal with. We previously fought this guy in the Ikana graveyard. It's pretty much the same fight. He'll just fly around and try to spin at you. Just want to block his advances and then strike him with the bow when he is vulnerable. Oh, where are you? Get out of here. So yeah, this fight really isn't too bad compared to the last time we faced this guy. And it also gives you another opportunity to catch a big Poe if you want some additional rupees. Since selling these guys at the Curiosity Shop gets you an easy 200 rupees. Now, will you please die already? Oh, come on. We have definitely want to get to this guy, as dispatching of him will get us a very nice bit of progress in this area. Alright, so now that we managed to kill you, we can capture your soul in the bottle. We also got these blade traps over here to watch out for. But thankfully, we don't need to worry anymore because we are done here. Alright, so for this guy, we need to come back with hot spring water. So we know where we need to go in order to get the hot spring water, so we'll just go and take care of this. Also, might as well dump this out since it's all cold. I don't know about you, but I always like to enjoy some nice, refreshing water every now and then. Just so good. Although, nowadays, I should be drinking more hot fluids, since it's currently just about winter. I mean, it'll be winter in a few days, but, you know, with how the current time is now, and it's been snowing quite a bit lately up here. Oh my god, this guy's alive again! Will you please die? Oh, come on! God, Dexy Hands are definitely up there as one of my least favorite enemies in this game. They're so annoying. Oh, it is just about dawn of the second day. Alright, we want to be quick about this. Let's grab our hot spring water and then let's try to rush as quickly as we can. In fact, let's put on the bunny hood to increase our speed. Alright, just gonna roll around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, and we gotta follow our rainbow out of here. Alright, we took a bit of a hit, but that's okay. We should be able to get our prize. Just keep running, and we should be good. It's just in the next room. Hey, bud. Yep, you wanted the hot spring water. Here you go. Yeah, I could definitely go for some hot chocolate or maybe some cider in a little bit. But for now, I'm quite content with the lemonade I currently have just at the side here. So over in this room, we have ourselves a cow. So you can obviously stock up on milk here if you need it, but you can always get these from cows outside of this area. So really isn't too important to get over here, but it's still quite nice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need more than one bottle of milk. So, yeah, that just shows you where you can get one of these items, which could be useful if you want to get through this area. Now that we've taken care of all that business, we can now head up here. So got ourselves some more, a bunch of Dekubabas in this area. So really good if you want to stock up on sticks and nuts. Definitely useful indeed. And want to head for one of these two paths. So this guy wants something small and creepy. That means bug. Very good. And in this room, we got a bunch of torches, and got ourselves some invisible enemies. No, there's just Skulltulas here. I don't need to worry about that. It's got some torches to light over here. Let us be quick about this. If we light those torches, that will cause that chest to appear. And we can grab ourselves 50 rupees. Get lost. You too. Also got some other torches here, but I don't know if we need to light these. Nope, those ones aren't necessary. Oh, there's another spider here we can kill. And that doesn't do anything for us. Okay, so just the 50 rupees. We actually get a lot of good loot down here. Completely forgot about that. We also got... There's a lot of black bows over here hidden in these pots. I mean, it's a nice little trick, given that you want to smash pots in order to get good items. Leave me a ghost, a big one at that. So yeah, this is why we need to kill the big Poe, because we need it to move forward here. And I believe we are almost done with this area. Should be one last thing we can do here. Oh, I hear another wall master. Yeah, we got. It's gonna drop down. Get out of here, you nasty creep. And over here, we got ourselves some more bugs. I don't believe we need any more bugs at this point, but we'll grab another one just in case. I do like that you can get a good amount of the things you need in order to progress here inside of this dungeon area. The main thing that you want to bring ahead of time is the beans and the blue potion, because you cannot acquire those items inside here at all. But all the other items you don't really need to worry about. As long as you're efficient at getting everything you need and being prepared, you should be good. Leave me something rich in calcium. We got ourselves some milk. You like milk? And by fulfilling that last request, we should be all done here. Got ourselves some more torches to light. And with that taken care of, it causes a chest to appear. And what do we have inside? You got a mirror shield! It can reflect certain kinds of light. Press R to assume a defensive position. If you press R while Z targeting, you can move while defending yourself. It's another returning piece of equipment from Ocarina of Time, though with quite the different design compared to how it was back in Ocarina. I don't know, just the freaking face they put on this thing, it's so creepy. Which I guess is fitting for like everything else we have seen in this game, because Majora just has a really dark theming overall compared to like other Zelda games. So, you know, I guess it makes sense to have even the mirror shield reflect that. Yeah, quite an interesting design for this piece of equipment. It's not my favorite mirror shield design, but, you know, it's interesting. And now that we managed to get out of the well, we're at the ancient castle of Ikana. This area served as the monarchy for this entire region. Definitely one of the more interesting areas we have been on this journey. Just these massive ruins here, all the way to the east of this region. So we're not able to do anything about this block from this angle, but we should now be able to get rid of it now that we have our mirror shield. I can't see it, but I sense it's a thirst for blood looming around us. Oh yeah, we gotta deal with this too. So I'm feeling like for the remainder of this stream, we're definitely going to be taking care of everything we can do around the castle, because there's still quite a bit to see, like this guy. So yeah, going back to the Garos, just such an interesting concept for an enemy, how they're these ghostly spies that were sent from another nation in order to perform reconnaissance on this area, possibly to try and take it over. To this day, the Garos have only appeared in Majora's Mask and have not appeared again in the series. So it's currently unknown just what nation the Garos come from. They're such an enigmatic part of the Zelda franchise, and I quite like them. They're very unique. In entering Ikana Castle, there is another secret route apart from the well entrance. Belief or disbelief rests with you. Yeah, thanks for that, buddy. Probably have the Garo hood on just a little bit longer to see if there's anything else we can do around here. Also, I like the use of the Garo mask, how it's primarily used in order to gather hints about what you're able to do in Ikana Canyon. The Redeads in Ikana were once members of the castle's dancing troupe. Quite the interesting hint there. Definitely want to remember that for later. Yeah, this whole area is just all kinds of unsettling. Just the vibes here. Oh, it is so good. How we're now in the ruins of this ancient castle. We have these ghostly spies all around with some information to share. And we heard a lot about the people of this area. How the people of Ikana are now nothing more than ghosts or mummies. Then, of course, we have inside of the castle. We got ourselves immediately some new enemies. These are Redeads. These undead monsters, much like the Gibdos, will try to latch onto you and damage you. However, you're able to put on a mask, either the captain's hat, the Garo mask, or the Gibdo mask, in order to make these guys dance. It's so silly. Such an interesting idea, just making the Gibdos, the Redeads, a lot funnier compared to some of the other enemies we've encountered. Yeah, it's certainly quite interesting. It's got an icy switch over here we can hit, opening the way forward. well, one way forward at least. There's not much we're going to be able to do past here for the time being. So next I want to head this way. And this room should have a new face for us. So this is a floor master. It's the counterpart to the wall master, and they can be quite nasty. When you take it out, it will split into smaller hands. And if they latch onto you, they will drain your life force in order to grow back into adult floor masters. Quite the nasty pieces of work they are. Sadly, there's not much we're able to do here with this block in the way. So we're gonna have to find another way through. Oh yeah, we have this over here we can do. So yeah, as long as you have a certain mask on, you don't have to worry about the Redeads attacking you, which is quite nice. They'll just be dancing instead of trying to eat your soft, supple brains. Yeah, we want to hit this switch in order to go this way. Ah, this area is quite interesting. So we got ourselves kind of a reference to this one room back in Ocarina of Time's Forest Temple. So we want to go into our... So want to be in our Deku form for this, as we can... And it shoots the ceiling back up, which can be quite useful for getting through this part. Then you want to come up onto this switch, and then need to hit this to send the ceiling back up. And quite the interesting little puzzle there, among other things. And then we have this room. I remember this one being a bit interesting. Alright, we need to get onto that platform. So we just fly over here when our Deku form. It's nice that even this lane to the game, we're still getting uses for the Deku form. I know it's considered like the weakest of our transformations, but still has some nice utility, you know? Definitely a cool form conceptually. Sure, it's not a Goron or a Zora, but you know, still good. So I believe in this room, yeah, there are platforms that are only visible with the Lens of Truth. That's what I was thinking of for this area. I think we can jump over here. Yeah, that enables us to get across. Then we've got some bubbles over in this room. So don't believe we need to worry about these guys at this point. Yeah, there's no reason to kill them. And they respawn very quickly anyway. So yeah, just run past these guys. But now we've taken care of that. We're now over here. Oh, Tal's warning us about another Garo. Hey, buddy. You want to talk about the rap music? Take that. Alright, what do you have to say? To counter the rage of the king of Ikana Castle, burn away that which disrupts the light, and shine the sacred rays on the king. Definitely some good advice there. Thank you for that. Alright, we can see there's a piece of heart over here. So if we grab that, we're gonna need it to backtrack in order to be able to access what we need to here, but... yeah, might as well take care of this here. Alright, so for this part, so no doubt tell, we're gonna want to... I don't know if we can even hit that in this form. Oh, we actually can. Nice. Alright, now we need to hop onto this pillar And then very quickly, before the fire comes back on, we gotta fly on over here. It's gonna be a little tricky if you don't got the timing right, but we should be good. Let's fly on over to this pillar. Then we can grab ourselves yet another piece of heart. Very good. But from here, there's no way we can get back up to the ceiling of the castle. So, I'm gonna have to do a bit of backtracking in order to get to where we need to go to move forward. So, how about we talk about some other stuff while we're just backtracking to the top of the castle again. So thinking about some other stuff that's been going on. Well, sort of a big thing I definitely wanted to talk about is I finally got to play Metroid Prime 4 over the last couple of weeks, and it's been an interesting time going through that game. I've definitely been playing a good deal of it over the last couple of weeks, and of course we have to hit this again. Right, gotta get to that switch. But yep, I managed to finish up the game a couple of days ago. Oh! That sucks. But yeah, I managed to finish the game a couple days ago, and I know there's been a lot of negativity about that particular game, especially when it comes to just how long the game has been in development, and how a lot of people had really high expectations for what the next Metroid Prime game would be like. And I just want to say my perspective on things with regards to this game that, yeah, I can see a lot where people are coming from with Metroid Prime 4, and how you can definitely tell this was a game that had a lot of trouble during its development, but overall I still enjoy the game. I still think it's pretty good, all things considered. Certainly nothing groundbreaking for the series, but it was quite interesting. Like, I like the whole psychic power gimmick that they have going on, and I know I might be in the minority on this, but I like the human characters that you get to interact with over the course of the adventure. I feel like they're fine enough additions, and they certainly give Samus a lot of incentive to go through these areas and try to save these people. Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting game to talk about, and I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but definitely some interesting things involving the end game of that game. And yeah, certainly like to talk more about that, but it's a topic for another time. I will say I did enjoy my time with it, even if, yeah, a lot of people's expectations, I can definitely see why they weren't met too great compared to a lot of other things, but, you know, I still enjoy my time with it. I do wish the game was ultimately a lot... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I do wish the game was a lot more ambitious, given its a big history, but, you know, for what we got, it's a pretty decent addition to the Metroid catalog, and, you know, it's just very fun getting to play another adventure as Samus Aran after all these years. And for me, the structure of the game reminds me a lot of Metroid Prime 3, just with the way that the story is structured. And I don't know about other people, but for me specifically, I really liked Metroid Prime 3 and had a good time with that, so obviously that led to me having a good time with Prime 4. I definitely wish the game was a bit more ambitious at points, but I really liked the theming and a lot of the different stuff that was going on there. Like, I really did not think that I needed to see Samus riding a motorcycle until this game. And my god, I just think that was really cool the way it was implemented, and getting to ride all across this big open area. Just really cool to see. Ooh, getting to show there, we can insta-kill floor masters by using the light we can reflect from the mirror shield here. That's quite nice. Also use it to kill the mini floor masters. It's quite good. These guys actually drop a large amount of rupees. That's quite nice for being able to gather up rupees here. Oh, but at this point, look what we got. A rematch against Wizrobe. It's certainly been a long time since the last time we fought this guy. How about we bring out ice arrows for this one? Because I believe in terms of damage, ice arrows should do about the same amount of damage as the fire arrows. We just have the additional effect of them actually covering the enemies in ice, which, you know, is a cool little detail. Alright, for this portion, it's pretty much just the same as the last time we fought this guy back in Snowhead Temple. Alright, we're just gonna let you attack again. Ow, come on. Nasty. Take that, buddy. Get out of here. Alright, that should take out Wizrobe. It's quite interesting seeing this guy again here. I guess this means that Wizrobe was quite possibly like the court magician of Ikana Castle. I don't know why I'm trying to find lore in this area when it's probably just developers being like, there's no reason he's here, he's just a recurring boss. But like, I don't know, I like thinking about this and speculating just what the specific purposes of all of these different set pieces and enemies all throughout the adventure you encounter are for, you know? So over here, see? You always miss things like this. Take a look, the rocks are cracked here. So in order to get past these rocks here, we're gonna need to use our powder keg. This is why I recommended grabbing a powder keg at the start of this session, because this is the only way we're gonna be able to advance further in Ikana Castle. By blasting that hole, we can now jump down here. Don't mind me, guys. And by blasting that hole down, it now gives us the ability to get rid of that block, allowing us to move forward. Before going forward, there is something I recommend doing that it can be quite amusing. I recommend having both the Bremen mask and the captain's hat before we go forward. Also, I would recommend having fire arrows on hand as well. Let's grab some additional pickups from these pots here, and then let's go into the throne room. Please.
Oh, insolent one who has brought the unthinkable into a land of Ikana. My servants have fallen namelessly before the light that guides you. However, the darkness in which my servants live is, after all, fleeting. You shall see with your own eyes just what kind of thing true darkness really is.
So we got the King of Ikana and his subjects. Use the targeting methods while defending. The unthinkable? What could that possibly be in a place as dark as this? So we got ourselves Stalfos. The first time we get to see Stalfos in the entirety of this game. These guys can be quite nasty. They can block attacks with their shield and strike at you with their swords. However, this area has a quite interesting bit of Easter eggs you can do. If we approach the king with the captain's hat on...
Oh, Kita! Is there not Captain Kita? But You're so... tiny! I was nearly fooled by what you have done.
So, yep, he recognizes you're not actually Kita, because, remember, that guy was a giant stall child, so it's no wonder we weren't able to fool the king. As for the other thing we can do, if we have the Bremen mask, how about we play the song? Yep, it causes these Stalfos warriors to start marching along to the song. It's quite the interesting little Easter egg. They really didn't have to go to the trouble of programming this in, but it's just so freaking funny, and I love doing it every time I come to this area. Alright, that's enough of that. As we learned from one of the Garos in this area, if we're going to succeed in this area, we need to restore light into this room. We can burn away the curtains he was using to block the rays of sunlight. And this will be integral for being able to deal with these Stalfos. Alright. Alright, should probably take this mask off. We don't really need it at this point. And we got to deal with these guys. So we managed to knock down one of the Stalfos. Once he's knocked down, shine the light on his broken body in order to take care of him. You can also shine the light to try and stun these guys temporarily while they are up. It's quite nice to remember that while you're doing this fight. Now that we dispatch with the guards, the king himself comes to challenge us. Stick with using the basic target methods while defending. He's a different rank than those other two lackeys, though. So the king of Ikana, quite the fearsome opponent compared to his lackeys. He also attacks with a sword and shield, but he naturally has more health and is much nastier. He can also detach his head, which is quite interesting, having that move independently of his body. While his head is detached, you are unable to strike the body. And then he can chomp on you, which can be quite nasty. Yeah, this guy really is no joke. He can be really nasty if you are unprepared for it. He's also got a death breath attack, which, considering the fact that he's undead, that has got to smell just foul. Alright, we were able to knock the king down. So now we just got to shine the light on him. There we go.
Oh, you're blocking me! Get out of the way! I can still get him!
Blocking you? The reason he beat us because you were so feeble. Don't blame this on me.
What? Just try saying that again to my bony face!
Feeble, 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 feeble!
Shut up already! Yeah? Don't look at me! I was once called the best swordsman all of Ikana!
The greatest swordsman all of Ikana! You feeble!
Draw your weapon!
Huh?
I'm telling you to draw your sword!
How?
Will you stop? What fools! Haven't you begun to understand? The kingdom being ruined, and us left in this state. Isn't it petty little battles like this that have caused it? Believing in your friends, and embracing that belief by forgiving failure, these feelings have vanished from our hearts. It all happened after somebody thrust open the doors of that stone tower. You who bring light into darkness, I am the king of Ikana Kingdom, Igos du Ikana. The spell binding that had been cast upon us was broken by that light which you carry. To return true light to this land, you must seal the doors of Stone Tower where the winds of darkness blow through. But Stone Tower is an impenetrable stronghold. Hundreds of soldiers from my kingdom will not even be able to topple it. It's far too reckless for one to take on such a challenge. And so, I grant to you a soldier who has no heart, one who will not falter in the darkness. You shall remember this song.
You played the Elegy of Emptiness. Oh, what's happening? Oh, God, that's a freaky face. It's a mystical song that allows you to shed a shell shaped in your current image. By playing the song while wearing masks to assume different forms, you'll be able to leave up to 4 empty shells, one for each form.
This soldier who has no heart is your twin image, a shell of yourself that you'll shed when your song commands it. On my kingdom, shine the light of justice.
The King of Ikana here is just such an underappreciated character in this series. I really love his regrets about how his kingdom has fallen due to all kinds of petty squabbles over the years, and how there's nothing left. There is no more life in this kingdom. Only ruin and dust. And yeah, the Elegy of Emptiness that we get here causes us to create a statue in our likeness. So this particular statue here, I've heard it said that the face on this statue is modeled after Shigeru Miyamoto's own face. But just the creepy, upsetting nature of this statue has spawned quite a few different stories. Specifically creepypastas about this and pretty much the entirety of Majora's Mask. It definitely enhances the unsettling nature that this game has overall. But yep, we were given our mission by the king of this land. In order to restore peace, we need to enter the Stone Tower. But we can't do that from this current angle. Given the current time we currently have, I actually think we're about done with this session. Still managed to make some really good progress. So, yeah, I think this is where we are going to end things here. Now that we have faced the King of Ikana in battle and learned the Elegy of Emptiness necessary to enter Stone Tower. So I'll definitely prepare myself for what we are going to be doing in the next session, which hopefully should not take too long. I actually have some pretty good days off in this week as well as next week. So we should be able to head to the next temple the next time we come here. But yep, we shall be venturing forward into Stone Tower in the next session. And hopefully we'll be able to finally restore peace to Ikana Canyon. Until next time, have a good day, and take care.